It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Tembela Dick. I am a filmmaker, I am a researcher, I am a photographer, I am an activist. I can name them all.
My birth name is Nonkululeko Kamtuzi, but I'm known as Kastaban. I'm a traditional healer, musician, photographer, activist. Yeah, the list is endless. Yeah.
My name is Shani Katane. I'm a journalism student. I'm from Pretoria. I feel like I'm very, very opinionated, and I'm also happy to be here.
I'm Olga Slongwane. I'm from Cape Town, but recently I'm in Joburg. I'm unemployed.
My question is, why Zuma is not in jail? We all know Zuma is a criminal. He's been eating South African money, our vet, we know that, but why is not he in jail?
In this country, a lot of people are going to lose when he starts opening his mouth, because if you look at the NC, I mean, Zuma is under the NC, and they should be doing something since they are the leading party in this country, but they're still not doing anything because because they're all under this conspiracy of letting us and the corruption is everywhere in the country, and I really feel it's very unfair, because we have relatives and they are rotting in jail, and they were never given a chance like he is given a chance. I mean, Gunin Bambi is a state capture, but he's not pitching and nobody's doing anything. And then he also has supporters that are protecting him also, and which is very unfair in this country. But because unemali, thina sinamali, mina manje mangathiwa nje ngenze into enzo Zuma ngeke nje kube kubizwe imibuzo eminingi ngime-court, it tried, it's done, I'm arrested, and yet Zuma is out there kamnandi nje phila kamnandi nje le baba.
But he has a point that there are a lot of other criminals that are walking here in South Africa.
Yeah, generally criminals just walk. And also, if Zuma does open his mouth, then this whole operation that they have going on is going to fall. And the only reason Zuma is being disrespectful in regards to what the Constitution says is because he knows that nothing is going to happen to him, because that's how things work in this country.
I feel like I think this country has an issue with treating good, because when we go back to when apartheid ended, what happened was that when Nelson Mandela was the president, white people raped our grandmothers and grandfathers, and they killed them and they treated them like dogs. And then we come back, we say, this is a rainbow nation. How? And we are supposed to move on. How am I supposed to heal with living with the person that raped my grandmother and treated my grandmother like that? And now a few years down the history, it's the same thing. That's what we're doing with Abata Babushiwe. People who rape are sitting in their own beds. Others have cell phones in jail. Others have televisions. Others,
they
they even have businesses inside the jails. They are selling. They even have businesses outside.
They're waiting. I mean, everything.
Exactly. So hey, this country, guys.
Okay,
it's beautiful.
And it's so weird.
It's nice. It's very nice. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Okay, does the Constitution matter?
It's supposed to matter, but it doesn't. It's supposed to matter, and that's exactly what Zuma's defying right now. I mean, he was part of the people that actually made the Constitution be what it is, but then he's the first one to break the rules. Zuma fought for the Constitution to be in place, but he's the very first one to be like, I don't really care about this. I live in South Africa. The Constitution doesn't matter. My human rights are more important than the Constitution, which he fought for.
Yeah, hey. What do you think, Sika, about this constitution, man? Olga, for me, like, I feel like it's just a joke of a constitution for me, because I believe, like, as a person who travels, the whole world praises our constitution. But none of what's in the constitution literally helps us. Always.
You know what's the problem in this country? The constitution is beautiful. I love our constitution. I don't want to lie. But the problem in this country is the people in this country.
It's the people, yeah, Vele. The people.
Not the constitution. It's the people. The people are the problem. Because even the people that came up with this constitution sat down and they
don't follow it. They're not following it, Vele.
Now, Zuma knew this thing is going to benefit me one day because I also have human rights. Human rights are much more important. Yes, human rights are important. And that is not something that needs to be even written down. I have a right to drink water. I'm human. I have a right to breathe oxygen and the air outside, you know? So it's not things that I should be even be told or written down. But because human beings are human beings, that is why this country is like this, is because abantu, that's it. That is the problem. The problem is people and power. Not all of us can control power.
And money.
Power is a huge issue.
I think for me, it would be money, because if this country had no money, I don't think some of the things were going to happen. And as much as we are in debt in this country, like literally we are in debt in this country, you know. So people, they're misusing that little money that we have in this country for their own benefits.
Exactly.
I can say Zuma is not the only one who's in this corruption. I feel like Zuma was a second command of the president Ramaphosa now. Like Zuma knows everything. You know, why is the president not putting a finger and saying that Zuma, we forcefully taking you to the court, or we forcefully taking you to the jail because you just broke a law? Why is he not saying anything? Or let's say there are a lot of people like Ace they are not in jail, but they've been doing this crime.
It's because they all benefit from it. They all benefit from it. Yes. That's why we were saying that it would be nice if we could overthrow parliament. Because I mean, 500 billion can't be chowed by one person, you know, and you know, you can't get tenders through one person. So it's the whole system. So from the top all the way to the bottom, all the people involved contribute, like they all benefit from it. So from that 500 billion, you know that you have to pay, like, you know, your frontline workers. You have to pay the ones that actually get the tenders. You have to pay the ministers that are also involved. So all of them have to eat that money together. So it's not just one person. And that's why also Zuma, he's so comfortable with not going to jail. Because he knows that other people are also going to help him get out of the situation, because he's not alone in the corruption. He's not alone when he was eating the money. So it's just like, if I expose you, you're also not going to get your millions. So keep me out of jail so we can continue eating this money, you know, all together. Because if Zuma was alone, he would have been in jail long time ago, because he has nobody backing him up. He has nobody backing him up.
Yeah. What you're saying is so true. Because if Zuma says something, like if he testifies, a lot of people might go with him to jail.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of them.
If we're saying we're arresting people who literally, you know, has that kind of a crime, let's go to the parliament first and kick them out, you know, because we all know who are the people that are making crime like that in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I love? There's, you know, ever since I've listened to Zuma, I think the day before yesterday is the first time he made sense. He said, in this country, if I kill someone in front of everyone and everyone saw me, the constitution and the laws of this country don't say I killed that person. They suspect I did that.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, number one.
Exactly.
That is the first problem. Everyone saw me. There are witnesses. Why do I even need to go to court? In other countries, when there's so many witnesses, you don't even need to go to court. You just go straight to jail. But in this country, You can rape multiple women. You can kill a lot of people, but you're gonna stand trial. Where else there's a lot of witnesses, there are a lot of evidence. You understand? And that's where you find your dockets getting lost and all of that in this whole system. So the whole system is a mess. Parliament is a mess. A lot of things in this country are a mess, and I feel like they just need to shut down, Jay. I say again, guys, because even if we can put another person as Tulweni, they are still gonna do the same thing. I mean, even with me, if it means if the two are in Parliament, I was gonna do the same thing because they don't think about us. Nobody's
exactly.
us. Yeah, nobody's
Corruption will never end, guys. It will never. Because even if you did something wrong, even if when there's the evidence is right there, they'll say there's lack of evidence or something.
So I feel like in this country we need to stop complaining and actually start doing something, because there's more of us than there are people in parliament. And other countries, when they don't like what government's doing, they literally put on a united front and they make sure they get answers from government. All we do is we just constantly complain, and we also now become corrupt ourselves, because it's not just now corruption in parliament, it's corruption everywhere. Because now you can buy things, you can buy your ID now, you can buy your driver's license. That's all corruption. You know, people get an NASFAS and they don't need it. You know, that's also still corruption. So if we don't overthrow parliament, or we don't put up a united front to overthrow parliament, then we are just as bad as them.
My dream is to see change in this country. You know, my dream is to see the government make a good choice in this country, because I believe that this country is built with beauty, and then it's just that we are messing it up.
My dream is for this country to change. That's my main point, my main aim. And then seeing children on the streets given a chance to be some elsewhere. Also all those criminals who raping, killing women out of the line.
I also just wish for change, and also that us as citizens also get to a point where we think of the same thing and want it all at the same time. Because right now we can't achieve anything because everybody wants different things, and other people are benefiting from this corruption. So they will never stand with us, even though they want to be activists. But you know, we shouldn't be tempted by money. We shouldn't be tempted by power. So I would like that, you know, everyone put those things aside and just think about the good of human nature. Like, we all have to live. We all want to be rich. We all want to be, you know, we all want to live comfortably. So it would be nice if all of us could get to a point where we agree on this and we all actively try to change it together.
My dream is, number one, for the South African economy, 90% of the South African businesses to be owned by Black people, number one.
Okay.
And then for Black people to not depend, this dependence thing needs to end. We depend so much on the government, we forget our own forefathers did everything for themselves. Our own great-grandparents they were so rich, they own cattle, they own everything. Black people need to go back to stop depending on the government for everything, even basic things like cleaning for themselves. You understand? So I wish and dream that could just end in this country.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.